at long last, the Chargers and LaDainian Tomlinson end their playoff drought. Without a win in 13 years, this franchise in the way. Jeff Fisher and his quarterback Vince Young, who will start today. The playoffs continue on CBS in a moment.
It used to be easy to name college football's greatest play. But now there's a new contender to the crown.
Throws it over the middle, complete to Thompson. Thompson looking for a block. He laterals it to Curry, and Curry laterals it again, and it's caught again. And Tomlin now on the lateral, and now the lateral to Thompson, and he laterals it back to Maddox on the other side. Maddox looking for a block. He fakes the lateral to Curry. Now he laterals it to Curry. Curry's at the 49-yard line. He's dancing around. He throws it back now to Maddox, who throws it across the field to Barmore. Barmore looking to run. He's looking for a block. He's got a convoy. He's going to throw it to Thompson. Thompson's at the 30-yard line. Thompson now laterals it back to Curry at the 35. They're running out of spaces. Curry fakes. He's going to lateral it to Tomlin. Tomlin's got a chance to go. Tomlin's got a chance to go. He laterals it. Now he's going to go to Maddox. Maddox at the 30-yard line, and now it's a lateral, and Curry's still going.
No way!
Curry's
No way!
It's a touchdown!
It's a touchdown!
Scores! The game is over!
See all the best college football action live on NASN.
We're going to have some spotty showers, but the field's in good shape as we get set for kickoff here on CBS. Hello, friends. Jim Nantz along with Phil Simms. My partner's always talking about all the intensity, all the excitement come playoff time. What is the difference this time of year?
Well, Jim, I think the word is the excitement. We talked to the players this week and the coaches. Norv Turner, his speech to the Chargers on Wednesday. Relax, smile, let's have some fun. So that makes them loose. And we talked to Jeff Fisher. He goes, hey, guys, my team won't be too excited. We had a playoff game last week. The Indianapolis Colts, of course, they won, so they should be loose today.
Well, for the Chargers, they come in having won 6 in a row, and the quarterback Phillip Rivers has been outstanding here in the last month of the season, and he talked about what a difference has been for him going into his second postseason at quarterback.
Well, I think there's a couple things that make it a big difference. One, this year, Phillip Rivers much healthier going into the playoff game. He says, I feel really good. The offense is on an upswing. They've been playing very well for the last 6 of 8 weeks, and also I think what gives him confidence, Jim, the fact that they've opened up their offense. They have more plays so they can succeed in a big playoff game.
For LaDainian Tomlinson, he started the year rather slowly, but this offense really started to click again the back half of the year, and he leads the league in rushing, wins another title.
Well, yeah, you know what? No matter what you say about the San Diego Chargers and how they played during the year, we always know that sooner or later it's going to come back to number 21, LaDainian Tomlinson. And today will be no different. If they win, you got to get him the football, give him opportunities to make big plays in the run game, but also throw him some passes.
And Vince Young, again, will be the starting quarterback for the Titans. He'd been questionable all week, but he's going to start, and Collins is ready to go if necessary. This didn't surprise you, did it, Young?
No, we talked to Vince Young yesterday, and I think he was pretty confident he was going to come out here. He knew he was going to be able to drop back and throw the football. The big question mark, would he be dynamic enough? Would that leg hold up if he took off the run? Because we know that's one of his strong suits. If that opportunity comes today, he's got to take advantage of it.
All right, Phil, kickoff is coming up just moments away. You can experience the NFL playoffs on CBS, brought to you in high definition by Sony.
What a game.
He's got it!
The Tennessee Titans will be receiving the opening kick. Again, it's starting to rain here. It had been forecast, though, to be far worse. High winds, heavy rains. What kind of factor we have here?
Well, I think, Jim, what you got to do as a football player, 2 physical teams, they play a fairly conservative style. You got to know with somebody handling the football, be more careful, especially early, until you get used to the fact that the footballs could be wet.
And Dave Rayner handles the kickoff duties, signed late in the season, played most of the year with the Kansas City Chiefs. You see Chris Henry, he will be returning it here for the Titans. They've been absent from the playoffs for the last 4 seasons, but they're back in them right now with Henry trying the right side and getting out to about the 28-yard line. Vince Young making his NFL playoff debut on a field where he also made his postseason debut as a college player at Texas in the Holiday Bowl. So Young at quarterback with the quad injury is a go. His line, though, has been altered because they have lost Moreeeee and Olsen. So Amano starts at center. He's a San Diego native. And you see Eric Moulds coming in for Roy Dell Williams, who broke an ankle in practice this week. And look at this shift coming right out, Phil.
Well, they said they got a few special plays for the San Diego Chargers. Of course, this is one.
Well, they weren't kidding. They tried to toss it over to Justin Gage, and the wet football slips out of his hands.
Last night, just talking to Norm Chow, offensive coordinator for the Tennessee Titans, watch the shift. He gave us a little, not a wink, but he laughed. He goes, well, we got a few special plays. We'll see how the San Diego defense adjusts to them. Very good adjustment right off the start. I'd say that was different.
That is definitely thinking out of the box to begin a playoff game.
Jim, try to get that defense to think a little. When they think, they're not as fast reacting to what they see.
They actually came out with Chris Brown starting in the backfield, and on second down, it's knocked away as Cromartie was in there banging hard, and Justin Gage was the target for the second straight play. The San Diego defense led the league this year in takeaways with 48. And that outstanding linebacking group with Phillips and Merriman on the outside. And Cromartie in on the last play led the league in interceptions with a San Diego franchise record 10 picks on the year. They're going to go with 6 DBs as they force the Titans, a team that rushes the football more than any team in the league, has come out here and thrown it on its first 2 snaps. And they will here on third down. Little toss, and picking up good yardage is Ahmad Hall for a first down. The fullback, who was a teammate of Vince Young's at Texas, picks up 16.
Well, Jim, how about this? So much for playing it close to the vest. The Tennessee Titans running it more than anybody in the National Football League. 3 straight pass plays. But what I liked about all 3 of them, all safe, easy for the quarterback. And Hall, look at that determination, breaking those tackles.
Jamie Petrowski, number 85, just brought up this week. There he is, shifting to a wing on the right side on first down. And Lindell White, former USC star who had a 1,000-yard season, gains 3. Let's talk philosophy here. How do you see it, Phil, for the Titans?
Well, Jim, just what the coaches told us over the weekend. Tennessee, believe in your defense. And what they mean by that, Jeff Fisher says, punting will be good. The San Diego defense, they're very, very confident. If you throw against our defensive backs, we have an excellent chance of getting interceptions. That's what they want to do. If you throw it enough, they feel like they'll make plays and win the game.
On a 2nd and 7 at the 46. Got 2 tight ends, Troop and Hartsock. And they'll go with White for a 2nd straight carry, and he plows ahead within a yard of the first. Give him 6. And Jeff Fisher coming back to Southern California where he was raised.
How about Jeff Fisher? We talked to him last night. Hey, Coach, sorry about all the injuries. Well, that's the way it is. You know, well, what about this? Well, Phil, we're just going to do our thing. We're going to do our stuff. And the offensive line, you think, well, that's going to be a major concern. He goes, no, we got good depth. Both offensive linemen coming in and starting today. He says they'll be fine. They'll do really well.
From Woodland Hills, California, as you see, Young calls timeout, facing a 3rd and 1 in San Diego territory. Opening drive of the game.
NASN brings you unrivaled coverage of the best sports North America has to offer. Get the best seats in the house for the biggest games in the best leagues 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Watch the NFL from preseason all the way to the playoffs with over 60 regular season games, the postseason, and live coverage of Super Bowl 42 from Phoenix. Get live coverage of every game of the World Series and don't miss an inning of the MLB regular season with up to 260 regular season games and the All-Star Game live. Experience the most comprehensive coverage of the NHL anywhere in Europe with over 200 live regular season games, the 2008 NHL All-Star Game, and the Stanley Cup Finals live. NASN takes you to pit lane in the high-octane world of NASCAR with live Busch Series racing and keeps you up to date with the Nextel Cup and Truck Series with daily episodes of NASCAR Now. Get courtside with the best conferences in NCAA college basketball with a packed schedule of games between the top teams and unrivaled coverage of March Madness. See the power and skill of the finest players in college football with full season and bowl series coverage, including all the BCS games, live. And with all your favorite news, highlights, and analysis shows, including PTI and Around the Horn, you won't miss a minute from any of your favorite sports all season long. Log on to NASN.com now and join the world of NASN, your leader in North American sports.
Well, while you were away, there was a penalty flag thrown against the Tennessee Titans.
Men in the huddle, offense. That's a 5-yard penalty. It's 3rd down.
And you look in the huddle, there are 12 guys. We labeled them for you. Vince Young came to the line of scrimmage, looked around and goes, hey, too many receivers out there. He knows it. Calls a timeout, but it doesn't matter. That is a 5-yard penalty.
And it's 3rd and 6 instead of 3rd and 1. Pocket is sealed, but Young's going to run away from it. He's got an open side and easily trots for the first. That confusion, of course, could be in large part to the fact they're missing 4 starters on offense today.
Yeah, I would think so. That would be confusing. Michael Roos, the left tackle. Vince Young did not get out of the pocket against the San Diego Chargers earlier this year when they played. That time, looking down the field, he waited, and at the last second, he realized nobody's open. He turns and runs. That's the way to do it. That's when he's his most effective. Look for the pass first, run second.
Scramble for 9. They picked up 2 big 3rd downs. One went for 16. That one goes for 9. Now rolling out and throwing, and caught this time by Gage at the 25. Working on Quentin Jammer's side. He goes for 19.
Well, the injury against the Indianapolis Colts, it's a high thigh bruise, or quad pull, I should say, on his right leg. And Jeff Fisher made it really clear to us last night, I thought, Jim, hey, if he can't run around and make some plays or do what he's really capable of doing, I have no hesitation going to Kerry Collins. He looked good warming up, though.
Lindell White cradles the football for getting 4 yards, and an impressive start here for the Titans when you consider these teams met a month ago.
Yeah.
And it went to overtime. A 14-point comeback by the Chargers. They were down 14 with 9 minutes to go. Won it in overtime. But the 17 points put on the board by Tennessee in that game, those 3 scoring drives, the 2 touchdowns and a field goal, amounted to a total of only 64 yards on those 3 scoring drives.
Yeah, they didn't do much, Jim. It wasn't very creative. Already today, they've given their offensive players more avenues to make plays.
A 2nd and 6. Young goes with the second option. And it's caught by Chris Davis, who has to step up in the order today with them losing Roydell Williams with the ankle injury in practice this week. Davis had only 5 catches in the regular season, but gets a big one there for another first down.
And you know, they looked at Chris Davis, they look at Eric Moulds. He's been around replacing or starting at wide receiver. It is just, and even you can see it here at the start. 2 new offensive linemen in there starting, and they're showing they still have the power and the skill to protect Vince Young.
There you see their drives in the game against the Chargers. They had a short field off a couple of interceptions, but they're driving it this time. But on first down, that's Hall being chopped by Quentin Jammer for no gain.
Well, how many times has Hall carried the football this year?
That's just the second time, and 1 time in the entire regular season.
Yeah, Jeff Fisher said, we're going to give it to him. We'll see how, we might give it to him a couple times.
Already with a big catch on 3rd and 10, 3rd snap of the game. Hall for 16 to keep this drive going, which now has reached the 14-yard line of the Chargers. On a 2nd and 10, Young takes the low snap, sidearms it. Hits his man for a short gain. That's Phillips wrapping up quickly. Eric Moulds. Moulds moving into the starting lineup. The 12-year man with a decorated career through Buffalo, most of it last year with Houston. Third receiver all this season, and taking Roy Dale Williams' position in the lineup today.
I'll tell you one thing I've noticed already too is that the fact that Vince Young broke out of the pocket to his left side, it has already slowed down the San Diego Chargers pass rush, because they're coming after him and you're looking, where is he now, because they want to make sure they don't let him outside.
Chris Brown in the backfield, 12th play of this opening drive, and it's a 3rd and 7. Again, throwing on the run, and he's hit as he throws it. That was Sean Phillips coming in on Vince Young and forcing the incompletion.
When you sprint out against this San Diego Chargers defense, they're powerful, but more than anything, they got the speed to run with you. I don't care who's at quarterback. And also what it does, it just eliminates so many other things you can do. Sean Phillips, like Sean Merriman, when they make a good play, they show some excitement.
I'll tell you, Rob Baronis liked to get a leg kick, a whip as good as that one from Sean Phillips. Baronis, the AFC Pro Bowl kicker. And he's out to try one from 30 yards. Baronis made 35 field goals this year.
It's run for an additional 32 seconds. The clock should be 9:39. 9:39 on the game clock.
So Ed Hockley all over it. He'll add the time, and Baronis now will step back in. Again, 35 field goals. That's the most made by any kicker in the league this year, including 4 from over 50 yards. He did miss. He was 35 of 39. He had 2 short misses on the year, but it amounted still in the end to a Pro Bowl season. Jeremy Kane will snap it to Craig Hendrick, and the Titans put up 3 points to open the game. 13-play drive, and we'll finally see LaDainian Tomlinson and the Chargers offense in a moment.
Hockey Fights Cancer has raised more than $9 million for cancer care, research, and awareness. Don't give up. Join our hockey family in the fight against cancer. Log on to NHL.com and join the fight. Don't give up.
In the soggiest Super Bowl ever, the Indianapolis Colts and the Chicago Bears faced off on a wet and wild Sunday in Miami, Florida. The Bears got on the fast track first when rookie Devin Hester returned the opening kickoff 92 yards for a touchdown. The Colts kept pace after quarterback Peyton Manning spotted a wide-open Reggie Wayne for a 47-yard score. The Bears responded and took a 14-6 lead on a short touchdown pass to Muhsin Muhammad. But from that point on, it was all Indianapolis. Colts running backs combined for almost 200 yards rushing, and the defense forced 5 turnovers. In the fourth quarter, when Kelvin Hayden returned an interception 56 yards for a touchdown, it was over. The Colts became Super Bowl champions by a score of 29-17.
To start the game here in San Diego.
It held off the whole day. Started almost exactly when they got ready to kick it off.
Baronis will be kicking, 3rd in the league this year in touchbacks. And through the heavy skies, he only delivers it to the 8 to Darren Sproles. Got a short field, and he's knocked out at the 27. We talked to Norv Turner, and he kept repeating to us that for this franchise, it's time for these players. It's time for them to win a playoff game. We'll see their offense next.
NASN brings you unrivaled coverage of the best sports North America has to offer. Get the best seats in the house for the biggest games in the best leagues 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Watch the NFL from preseason all the way to the playoffs with over 60 regular season games, the postseason, and live coverage of Super Bowl 42 from Phoenix. Get live coverage of every game of the World Series and don't miss an inning of the MLB regular season with up to 260 regular season games and the All-Star Game live. Experience the most comprehensive coverage of the NHL anywhere in Europe with over 200 live regular season games, the 2008 NHL All-Star Game, and the Stanley Cup Finals live. NASN takes you to pit lane in the high-octane world of NASCAR with live Busch Series racing and keeps you up to date with the Nextel Cup and Truck Series with daily episodes of NASCAR Now. Get courtside with the best conferences in NCAA college basketball with a packed schedule of games between the top teams and unrivaled coverage of March Madness. See the power and skill of the finest players in college football with full season and bowl series coverage, including all the BCS games, live. And with all your favorite news, highlights, and analysis shows, including PTI and Around the Horn, you won't miss a minute from any of your favorite sports all season long. Log on to NASN.com now and join the world of NASN, your leader in North American sports.
In 8 home games this regular season did not allow any points. Not the case here today. Tennessee with its opening drive, 13-play drive and a field goal from 30 yards by Rob Baronis. First snap of the game for San Diego. It's Tomlinson up the middle, right into Tulloch for 2 yards. Here is Phillip Rivers. His season certainly got much more in sync with the arrival of Chris Chambers come mid-year, and this whole team started to really gel. McNeil on that left side. Better beware today of Vanden Bosch, who tackled the quarterback 3 times in their first meeting. And again, Tomlinson led the league in rushing this year with over 1,400 yards. 2nd and 8. And they're coming after Rivers, and the ball is out. Recovered by Tomlinson.
Jim, you said it. Trouble protecting him down in Tennessee, and it starts first time he drops back. Just look at the rush to the quarterback.
That's Cortland Finnegan coming in, blitzing from the secondary.
From the outside, it looks like LaDainian Tomlinson sees him too late, caught him by surprise, and that's always the key to blitzing. Spacing the defense properly, and then timing. Time it where the offense cannot react to it. And San Diego did not react well.
So a 3rd and 17. A rough start here for the Chargers. What will they do here on 3rd and long? They'll go underneath. Not much there for Buster Davis. As Finnegan, who had the sack and forced fumble, is in quickly on the rookie receiver from LSU. Holds him to a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, what a lift for the Tennessee Titans. You're thinking, boy, they were fortunate to win last week against the Indianapolis Colts. They pull all their regulars, but they come out here offense a little different, a little more wide open. They showed their power, and the defense terrific first 3 plays.
Chris Davis awaiting the punt from Cyphers, who played a big role in that overtime victory. Had a punt down inside the 10 in the overtime that helped set up the win. And it's Davis gets a running start, and he's knocked out at the 34. Kasim Osgood, as so often the case, makes the tackle after the 49-yard punt.
Of American football continues on NASN with the divisional playoff run. The march to Super Bowl 42 rolls on, and NASN has full live coverage of the NFL playoffs. It's smash mouth football the way it ought to be. The NFL Divisional Playoffs, live this Saturday on NASN.
Hockey's not just a game, it's a lifestyle.
Join the Reebok revolution. Visit NASN.com, your home for North American sports merchandise.
ESPN 360, a new and totally interactive online sporting experience from ESPN. You can now watch the best live sports action online, anywhere, anytime. Get the latest in-depth news, highlights, and analysis. Watch full live game coverage. Simply choose a package to suit you from a full season, monthly, or daily pass, and experience the highest quality coverage of live sports online.
Good start for the underdog Tennessee Titans, who are without Kevin Moreeeee. Out with a calf injury, Eugene Amano has taken his position at center. The second series for the Titans begins at the 35, and up the middle they go with Chris Brown for about 3 yards. Not only is Moreeeee out, but his running mate on the right side, the other veteran on that offensive front, Benji Olsen's out with a back injury. So they're replaced not only by Amano, but also Daniel Loper. And they looked great on that first series, Phil.
They did. They showed they're athletic enough. But I tell you what, Amano, he is over 300 pounds, the center. So he's a good matchup against Jamal Williams, one of the best run stoppers in the NFL.
Amano went to Rancho Bernardo High School here in the San Diego area. Here's Young. He tucks it in, thought about throwing it, and now he's going down with a sack delivered by Jacques Césaire.
You want to know why, Jim? You talked about this defense. They are getting more sacks. They're getting interceptions. They're causing fumbles. And everything trickles down the NFL. Pass coverage down the field, much better. So when you do that, quarterback holds it just a little longer. Good illustration that time. Good no throw by Vince Young. He throws it, it's going to be intercepted. And you give those pass rushers that extra half second, they get you the sack. They cause fumbles. And
that San Diego defense led the league in interceptions. In fact, by 8, they had 30 on the season. Tennessee had 22 picks on the season. Pretty big disparity first to second. Young on 3rd and long. More pressure. Just gets rid of it. No one in the area. Chargers wanting grounding, but there's no flag. And Young is slow to get up. That was Igor Olshansky in on Young. Well, they tend to Vince Young his head with a violent hit with the ground. We'll be right back.
In 2006, Steven Jackson of the St. Louis Rams established himself as one of the NFL's elite running backs. With a rare combination of power and speed, Jackson muscled his way to a career-best 1,528 rushing yards last season. He'll look to improve upon that total in 2007 as the Rams vie for a playoff berth.
Steven Jackson in the end zone, touchdown! The guys at PTI are on board to enlighten us on the lighter side of American sports.
A certain, how did the French say, I don't know what?
The what means I don't know what.
They even embrace European culture. Well, at least they're gonna try.
Today. How did they say that in England, Mike?
No guess today, Moreeeee.
I guess that was very southern British. Good night, Europe. Here's the flags and the nation.
Pardon the interruption. Catch Mike and Tony exclusively here on NASN.
Take CBS Sports with you wherever you go. Live scores, stats, even manage your fantasy team by texting SCORE to 99888 or go to mobile.cbssports.com. Jim Nantz, Phil Simms, second series for the San Diego offense on the way. He made a comment as Young was on the field for about a minute, and Jeff Fisher ran out there to make sure he was okay. That's something, though, you see Fisher do, whether it's his star quarterback or someone else, is something you admire.
Yeah, I do. You know, Jeff Fisher, I think, we always hear that term, hey, relates to his players, but I think, Jim, we don't do a lot of Tennessee Titan games, but you can see it, you notice it on TV, and when you talk to him in person, he's competitive and fiery, just like most of the players are when they come out here to play the game.
When he was a player in this league, he broke his leg on a special teams collision with a guy back in our studio by the name of Bill Cowher. Sorry to bring that up again, Coach. Here we go, first down, Rivers. Over to Chambers, and Finnegan takes him out of bounds after a gain of 5. This Tennessee defense, there is a flag down, but let's set the Titans in that really impressive defensive front with Hainsworth and Vanden Bosch, both Pro Bowlers. Thornton in his second year coming over from the Colts, and Bullock, such a presence. Harper with the Super Bowl champion Colts a year ago.
Personal foul, jump block. Offense, number 68. Half the distance to the goal. Repeat first down.
So really for the Chargers, just a really rough go of it here offensively. They got that second snap fumble, but they recovered it the first time, which set them back. Now they get this personal foul call.
Chris Tillman, oh yes, the defensive tackle, who is that? Albert Hainsworth engaged with the center. When they're engaged, you cannot go down below the knees and hit him. He did it. Good call.
It's an 11-yard penalty, making it 1st and 21. Tomlinson by a couple of defenders waiting for him at the line, able to manage 3 out of it before Brown makes the tackle. Let's talk philosophy here for the Chargers.
Well, I think the word for the San Diego offense is caution. They know they're going against a good defense, and play the game knowing, or you're